when love dies between the two of you and you decide to leave, never go back to the old love. No matter what, you're going back to the memories. Know the person, and you will feel much more pain than when you move on and forget about those memories and the great things and just start your life from scratch. Let's have a cup of tea and talk about going back to an old love. Is it worth to, go back to that person that you decided to leave? Or is it a wrong thing to do? You see, no matter how strong that relationship was, never go back to an old love. You see, loving someone is not just having somebody as a partner. Love is something that is much bigger than just having somebody as a partner in your life. And when you have decided to be in love with people, you are giving yourself to someone like somebody has pointed a gun on your head, and you trust that they will not trigger it to take your life. That is what love means. So the moment you hear this person cock the gun and you turn and look at his face and you see he's gonna trigger the push button to finish me, and you decide that I'm escaping from this, you can't go back again to allow them to point that gun on your head. You see, let me tell you this. Most of the people who go back to their old love don't go back to fall in love with a person. They go back to fall in love with the memories. Right now, some of us are in dilemma. You are trying to think like, should I go back or not? The question I always ask is, what made you leave in the first place? It was the person. What is keeping you at this space where you're asking yourself, is it okay to go back or not? Memories. And you see, most of us lose it because of giving in our lives to memories. There's one book that I'm reading that is called Give Your Heart a Break by one good writer called Anuj Tiwari. And there's a section that this guy talks about moving on. And he says in his book that moving on simply means freeing yourself from further damage and releasing yourself from unconditional agony, pain, and misery. You free yourself from being treated as if you are good for nothing. Look, guys, I'm not talking about people who fought last night and they decided to separate for some few weeks. I'm not talking about somebody who had an argument with his or her partner just because, they found them perhaps doing something that they don't like. I'm talking about somebody who has decided that this pain is too much for me and I can't take it anymore. And you decide to leave that relationship. You decide to leave that love and you stay away from it. Have a sip of your tea. You are doing more harm to yourself than you are building yourself by going back to an old love. We all want to. Sometimes I get myself thinking about the old memories. And sometimes you get yourself comparing what you have at the moment and what you used to have before. One thing that you have to understand is things will never be the same. There's this person who's going to give you great vibes. This person who's going to give you want to make you feel like, you've arrived. The Africans say that. You feel like you've arrived. But in reality, you're burning inside. You are dying. There's a spirit that is being damaged in yourself. It's being destroyed. And that spirit is always what keeps you going. When a relationship pushes you to that corner, you've got to leave. And the moment you leave, never look back. Looking back will destroy you more than you were destroyed in the first place. I know those who have gone back and succeeded. I'm not saying that each one of us will never succeed when they do. And I'm not talking to those people who want to come here and tell us that 13 years ago I did this, 10 years ago I did this, 8 years ago I did this, 20 years ago I did this, and that's my husband today. Let me ask you something. Where was I 20 years ago? We are not talking about your generation. Give us a break. Things change. You guys had the best season of relationships. And it's not working for us. And we have to be just serious and be bold and speak as it is. We are too materialistic. We are not like you guys were. You people loved each other. You people practiced what we call relationships. You people were loyal to each other. You people wanted to be with that guy. You didn't want to be with the things that guy have. In our generation, most of us, we don't want to be with that guy. But because they have something that we need to be with, we are with them. We don't want to be with that woman. But just because she's the most beautiful woman in the city, I have to own her. And I have to persevere and sacrifice and feel all these and, feel weird feelings, but she should just be around me because she's the most beautiful woman in the city. That's the kind of a generation we have today. That's what I'm saying. When love dies between the two of you and you decide to leave, never go back to the old love. No matter what. You're going back to the memories. Know the person. And you will feel much more pain than when you move on and forget about those memories and the great things and just start your life from scratch. I hope this touches your heart and you get to start realizing that you can become something better than when you are stuck thinking about whether to move on or not, try it again. Give your heart a break and keep smiling.